Hi friends, today I'm going to create a 3D card that can be folded totally flat. This one is going to be shaped like a building, or to be more precise, an Asian restaurant. I will be using paper discovery dies, but you can totally create a similar project using whatever supplies you already have, so I believe this video will be interesting for everyone. So to create a card base, I'll be using the wood board pattern paper. This pad is my all-time favorite. It's called Wood Textures by Consortium. For this project I've chosen the dark weathered wood, and then all I have to do is to take the largest die from the bench card mechanism die set. Here it is, and I'm going to place it over my paper, and I'm going to kind of frame the portion of the pattern that I love the best, and then I'm going to send it through the die cutting machine. You can hardly see it with the busy patterned paper, but the die has created the 4 crease lines, and what I'm going to do now is to fold the card along the crease lines just like this, and this is going to be the shape of the building. Next, I've die cut the other 2 shapes that are required to assemble the mechanism. Here they are. If I attach them to the card, it's going to look like this, and basically they are meant to create a counter. But this time I'm going to make a little change to that mechanism to create the entrance to the building. Basically what I'm going to do is to simply trim down both shapes. So with that larger one, I'm going to only leave half an inch strip, plus I'm going to leave the large tab as it is. As for the smaller shape, again, I'm only going to trim off half an inch from that, and this is what I'm going to use for my card. Before I add both shapes to my card, I'm going to do some stamping, and the stamp I'm using is called Crackled Background. This one is by Simon Says Stamp. I'm applying some black ink onto it, and then I'm going to place my shapes on top and imprint the image. I'm going for the stone texture here, since I'm going to use those shapes to create the small terrace or a porch for my building. Actually, you only have to add the texture to the larger shape, not to the smaller one, since that one is going to be hidden, but that doesn't matter. The smaller strip is meant to be attached first, so I'm folding down the tabs that are created by the die, and then I'm going to apply some adhesive onto the tabs, and I like using both the tape and the liquid glue. The tape is really convenient, it works instantly, so you won't have to wait for the glue to dry. But the liquid glue is really strong adhesive, and it's going to ensure that this piece is never going to come off. So I'm applying the adhesive onto the tabs, and I'm attaching this strip into that niche of the building, just like this. With that larger detail, you only have to apply the adhesive onto those strips at both sides of the large tab. I'm also will be adding the liquid glue, and then I'm going to attach that piece onto the card, and I'm going just to line it up with the bottom of the card. Once this piece is attached, I just have to fold down the large tab towards the inside of the card. This is what the card base looks like at the moment. If we compare it to the original mechanism, it is absolutely the same. We just made that step much shorter. As I mentioned, it's totally foldable. You just have to push that large tab up from the bottom of the card, and then you fold down the card like this, and when folded it measures exactly 5 by 7 inches, so it's going to fit into the 5 by 7 envelope. What I'm going to do next is to attach more elements to my card to turn this shape into the building. The first thing I'm gonna use is that window, which is also the part of the bench card mechanism die set. Those windows fit onto the sides of the card, but I'm going to reshape them slightly to make them larger and more Asian. So I've die cut the window shape 4 times, and that is going to create 2 windows. I'm just applying some glue at the bottom of one of the windows, and I'm sticking down the other one on top, and here is the large window that I'm going for. Then I'm going to repeat the same process with the other 2 windows to create the second large window. Then I will be using a scrap piece of vellum to back up my windows. So I'm just going to apply the glue at the wrong side of the window and stick it down onto the vellum. When the glue is dry, I'm simply going to use the scissors and cut out both windows. As always, if you are interested in the tools and supplies I'm using, I have them listed down below in the description box, as well as on my blog. To attach the windows onto the card, I'm going to apply a really small amount of glue at the wrong side of the window behind the die cuts only, and this way the adhesive is not going to show. Also, since the card mechanism is foldable, attaching the details is really convenient. You just have to fold it down flat and then you can press the detail against the surface. I'm adding the second window onto the other side completely symmetrically. And this is what our card looks like at the moment. Now we are going to attach more details to it, and the next one is going to be a door, of course. I've die cut the door image out of dark brown cardstock, the same one that I used for the windows. And by the way, the door is also the part of the die set. Die also creates the debossed lines, but they can hardly be seen on a dark cardstock, so I'm applying some Distress Oxide ink. This color is Antique Linen. I'm only using my finger, and this way I won't apply too much, and this way the pattern is going to stand out a little bit more. Now we have an option to stick down this door onto the card completely flat, or we can apply the glue onto the tab only, and this way the door can be opened and closed. I think I will make an opening door this time. So I'm attaching the door right in the center of my card. Also, I have trimmed down a piece of paper to 1.5 by 3 inches, and I'm going to attach that piece of paper right behind the door, and this is where I'm going to add a personal message to the recipient. And to prevent the door from opening by itself, I'm also going to add a lock, but I'll do that a bit later. Just stay tuned. The next little elements I'm gonna add are those potted plants. I've die cut them out of brown cardstock as well as out of green pattern paper. Now I'm going to take the green die cuts and trim off the foliage part only, and then I'm going to stick it down onto the brown base. I like doing paper piecing, but of course you can simply die cut those images out of white cardstock and do the coloring if this is the technique that you prefer. I'm going to create 3 potted plants exactly the same way, and with that larger one I'm also going to use the brown marker to color the trunk of the tree. I'll be attaching the trees to the sides of the cards just in front of the windows, and I'll be adding 2 of them onto one side and 1 of them onto the other side. This way my card is going to be symmetrical, but not completely symmetrical. One more element I'd like to add is a bicycle that is parked at the entrance, and this one is also the part of the set. I've die cut the bicycle out of black as well as out of craft cardstock, and I'm going to use the scissors and trim off the seat, the basket and the handles from the black detail, and then I'm going to stick it down onto the brown one. This is the way to use two colors instead of one, and it's also going to make my bicycle a bit sturdier, and I need that quality because it's going to be sticking out of the card a little bit. I'm attaching the bicycle onto the front panel of the card as well as onto the side, and it won't affect the foldability of the card in any way. Now it's time to add some decorations. So I've die cut that hanging sign. It's also the part of the set from red cardstock, and so far I've been using the dies from one set only, but to add more interesting details now I'm going to introduce some other products too. So I'll be using the stamp from that DIY shop stamp set that is also the part of the same collection. I'm going to stamp the image with the black ink right onto the die cut. The next products I'll be using are from the Vertical Tag Builder die set. I've die cut the two strips using the die from that set, and now I'm going to also add the vertical sentiment to both of the strips. I'm going to do the Celebrate this time. Again, I'm simply stamping this sentiment with the black ink right onto the red die cuts. Then I'm just going to add all those decorations to my card using the liquid glue. I'm sticking down the hanging sign in the center of the door, and then I'm going to add the vertical banners at both sides of the door. I'm also going to attach that strip of paper at the top of my card. It is exactly 7 inches wide. I'm simply applying some glue above the windows and sticking down that strip, and this one is going to be kind of a beam. I need that wooden beam to attach a few lanterns. The die itself is from Cherry Blossoms and Lanterns die set that was released previously. I'm only going to use the 3 lanterns from that die cut, so I'm going to trim it off. Then I'm placing the die cut back into the die, and I'm going to apply some red ink right through the die using it as a stencil. The ink I'm using is Fired Brick Distress ink. I'm also going to use my brush calligraphy pen and write a character for good luck on all 3 lanterns. This step is totally optional though. You can leave the lanterns as they are, or you can use any small stamped image that you like to decorate the lanterns, a flower for instance. Then I'm going to apply some glue onto the string only, and I'm going to stick down those lanterns onto my card right behind the wooden beam. Now I'm going to add even more little details to the card. As I mentioned before, I want to keep the door from opening by itself, so I'm going to add some kind of a lock. I have some mini turn mounts here. They are attached to the card with the small brad. All you have to do is to insert the brad into the eyelet like that, and then you are placing it onto the card, piercing the paper with the brad, and then you bend the legs at the wrong side. Now when the brad is fastened, you can simply push the turn mount up or down, and then you can open the door. You can open and close that fastener as many times as you like. there's one more little metal detail that I'd like to add, and this one is just decorative. It's a bread that is shaped like a screw head. This time I'm not going to pierce the paper, I'm simply trimming off the legs with the wire cutters. Then I'm applying some hot glue onto the hanging sign, and I'm sticking down the bread on top. The last little detail is the sleeping cat. This die is from Tag Window Editions die set, also by Paper Discovery. I'm applying some glue onto the die cut and I'm sticking it down onto the front panel of the card, and this way the cat is gonna be sleeping on a porch. And this is what the finished card looks like. It has lots of dimension, it will make a great tabletop decoration, and of course it can be folded flat, sent in an envelope, and there is even a place for a personal message behind the door. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye!